grandfather. He had a pretty busy time in his life. All of the Boozers have been in wars. I mean, from the Civil War, I'm sure before that sometime, but definitely the Civil War when Jake was a lot of documentation on Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the first New Jersey Volunteers. When states were putting out their volunteers, man, the first of anything was tip of the sword. You know, you were going to probably see action the quickest.
He was the one who won the silver, or was
He gave him
given the silver drum.
Yeah. After he had did his first enlistment, he was out for about 6 months, and then he re-enlisted, went back with the New Jersey, I'm not sure, 16th, something like that. And he was in, with those 2 times in the service in the Civil War, he was in 13 or more, I can't find out the number, 13 or more major engagements in the Civil War, which is pretty phenomenal.
In the Civil War?
And lived through it. Yeah, because that was like a horrendous. I mean, we killed 500,000 of our own people, you know.
So, he was with Teddy Roosevelt?
No. He was in, this is the Civil War, not...
The Civil War, yeah.
Yeah, not, Roosevelt came on later when they were fighting this Spanish-American War, I believe, and they were fighting it in Cuba. That's when...
So, who was he with when he won the silver drum?
He was with his second enlistment. They gave him, in gratitude and honor, the silver drum that wasn't made for playing, but he did drill a hole in it so he could play it. And it's now in the Smithsonian Institute. And my aunt, your great aunt, Nada, she found out all about that. She researched it pretty well. They said she could really have it if she wanted it, so we might take it and put it in one of the Civil War museums in New Jersey. We'll see.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see. And they had showed the drum to Teddy Roosevelt when he came through on one of his presidential deals.
That's what it was.
And he proclaimed the drum bully. And that was his, you know, that was...
Right.
So...
And that's cool.
Your grandfather, I mean, my father, your grandfather, he fought in the Second World War. He was awarded a commendation. He flew like 43 bombing missions in the Pacific Theater. Shot down twice.
You're kidding?
No. In the water for a day and a half or 2 days.
Grandpa was shot down twice.
Yep, and then one time they were on an island and they all had just the 45 in their fucking cyanide pill because they had headhunters and were hunting for him.
No shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened with there?
My dad really didn't give detailed descriptions of his stuff, you know. He was like, he really didn't talk about it very much, which he probably should have because he had problems for a while after he got out of the service. You know, he had malaria while he was in the service, and that he always is with you, and he would get recurrent relapses every now and then.
Damn.
Yeah, so you know, that's back to the war. It takes you right back to the war you were in. Yeah, he enlisted right at the beginning of the war and didn't get home till it was all over. He didn't even come home till it was all over. I mean, he came home, but that was a long time. A lot of people usually come home once, maybe. That was a hell of a war.
And when I wake up in the morning,